Hey YouTube, I've been having a blast playing Virtua Fighter over the past week, and I wanted to pass on some of my learnings to you guys by going over the easiest and hardest characters to learn. That felt good. That felt good. Mostly as an excuse to talk about the variety of characters that Virtua Fighter 5 has to offer. But since I'm only about 30 hours into the game, I brought in a friend of the channel, GriffyBones, to give a more experienced perspective. I know them for quite a while through a local Pittsburgh scene, but more relevant to the video, they're actually pretty cracked at Virtua Fighter 5.
He goes the distance, give me that pop off, Griffy!
Just recently securing a top 8 finish at the major Frosty Falcons. Griffy, what's up, man?
What's going on, Diaphone? Glad to be here.
I feel like I did you dirty with the intro. Didn't you get like top 3 or 2 or something?
I got third. Yeah.
Top 3.
It was one of the biggest brackets. One of the biggest Virtua Fighter brackets.
Just one of the biggest brackets.
200, but it happens. It happens.
Whatever.
But hey, I was just glad to show up and show up for the game. I just love this game, man. At the end of the day, I love this game.
Hell yeah, dude. I've been having way more fun with this than I thought. It kind of sucks that Mai's coming out in a little bit, but I think even after Mai comes out, I'm gonna enter a tournament or two. Because like it's just to see how well I do and grind up.
Well, so. I wanted to say on that note, congratulations to you for winning the Say Jam Slam. Congrats. And I think I heard that, didn't you win a trip to Japan because of that?
Yeah. So I get to fight like Momochi or some shit.
that's quite intimidating. But I heard that in Japan they like a little game called Virtua Fighter 5. So maybe if you get some time while you're there, you can use some of the skills that you learn right now.
They have it in the arcades,
arcade, right? Yeah, they have it everywhere. We gotta prepare you.
Oh my god,
it'll be
so
fun.
down. I didn't even think about that. Anyways, before we get started, I want to make a few statements, just because I've done these kind of videos a lot, and how I think it applies to Virtua Fighter for ease of use of characters. So I think number one, in this game, I feel like every character doesn't really have like a huge executional barrier, and there's a lot of common moves and a lot of like exploiting how the system works that kind of lets you play who you like, even though some characters are harder than others, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a game where the universal mechanics are very strong, and if you learn the system, you can apply that to a lot of scenarios. There is a lot of nuances to character-specific stuff, but a lot of stuff does kind of carry over from one to another in a way that there's an endless amount to learn, but there's always kind of a lot you can do. It feels like a game where you're not often like trapped into a lot of scenarios. You can always kind of answer back.
And so I was thinking about like what makes the easy and hard character, because the characters rely really heavily on system mechanics, and you can abuse that to a large extent. I think a lot of it comes down to one, like how many moves do you need to learn to be effective, right? Obviously, the less amount of moves, the easier the character is going to be. Does this character have, I don't want to call it cheese, but like very strong gimmicks to kind of help you through the lower ranks and help you through some of like the people that don't really think when they play this game, right? And then like ease of gameplay. So some gameplays I think are just more intuitive than others. Like if you have a more defensive gameplay or a character that relies more like on countering specific moves, I think those characters are generally harder than characters that just have I'm gonna rush you down, I'm just gonna do my bullshit and you have to deal with it. And then at the very high end, there's some like really hard execution stuff. For example, when I was playing Akira, like some of the moves that I saw, I'm like, dang, these are like at the highest level, it's still probably pretty impressive if you learn the scrapes and that sort of thing. So
yeah, no, I definitely agree with a lot of that.
All right, dope. So let's get into it. So I'll switch my character to
I would switch to Akira, because Akira is a great one to go over because he is a great character. He is such a cool character, but this is for sure the character I would put in the hard range, in the very, very hard range. Yeah. And he's so cool, but he's actually, it's like you mentioned, a lot of stuff is kind of universal among characters, but surprisingly, Akira plays very differently to a lot of characters. Mm-hmm. You kind of have to approach him, and he honestly plays differently than a lot of 3D fighting game characters. One thing I thought was very funny is do like a standing guard is like Akira seems like every regular. He has a lot of just just straight up guard breaks. He's just Mr. Guard Break.
I played Akira for like like probably 8 hours or something because I was practicing the guard break at Doom. Let me see if I can get it first try.
He's nice. Yeah,
I'm nice with it.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
I actually can't believe I did that first try. But like even just landing that in a match, I found really, really hard. Like that took me at least like 6 hours to land in a match.
You're saying when you're talking about approaching character with difficulty, he is a character who requires a lot of execution to get the most out of him. not just like, because he doesn't have many very regular easy strings. The one you showed is very good. That is a 3-hit guard break string, but that takes execution. Most of Akira's normal strings are like punch, like high fit. That's otherwise you have to be very, very purposeful with him. One of his other best move is, you know, the elbow, and also the triple forward elbow, which launches, but then you have to be moving triple forward. And that's another interesting thing without him is like one thing you don't get at first with the double triple as you're approaching the game is Akira's also very linear. So what the elbow helps out with is it helps you realign with people who are stepping too much. Yeah. But so you kind of have to be like, you more take care of people who step a lot, because steps are very strong in this game, by just kind of over approaching them with that and using your back throw. He has an input for a throw that he can combo off of. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, that one.
That?
And then
yeah, it's
you
circle back throw. Yeah.
And then you do
oh, you actually
like an elbow or something like that. Yeah, because I've had that happen to me so many times. That's another. So when you're thinking about throw breaks in this game, it's not like a reaction based like in Tekken. It's more matchup based. So this is a good example. With Akira, you want to be breaking back most of the time because he gets that full combo off of that throw most of the time. You can kind of be more of a mix-up, but in VF, like, you can also sometimes just mash through throw situations because oftentimes just attacking can be through. So that's also kind of the weird, like the ultimate, like in the situation that they're going to throw, someone will just hit you with a launcher and you're like, oh, you're an asshole. But that was the right thing to do. The
one thing I want to say about Akira is I think also what adds to this kind of difficulty, I think some of it is his gameplay is very straightforward, right? You're either doing the knee, you're doing the throws like you mentioned, but because he's not really relying on strings, I feel like this character has like almost no cheese, right? Like I feels like I'm just like trying to just outplay you with like landing this elbow at the right timing.
You have to be very honest. Even like as a Jacky player, I think the one frame knee is funny. I'm trying to do it myself. I'm not good at it. But like Jacky has an electric wind god fist that honestly has a 2-frame window, so it's easier. But his like 1-frame knee isn't even plus on block. So I'm like, man, that's so much effort
just to
for
be
like
that's
I'll just work to not even be an electric. I mean, the guard breaks are cool as Leap, but he's a lot of work. He does have a nice low. I forget what it is. That one, yeah, because it also gives a little mini launch on like counter hit, and you can do that.
TLDR for Akira,
hard. He plays so differently than like a lot of the other characters. I very much would, if you're very new to fighting games in general, I would not recommend Akira as your first character. Pai,
so this is one of those characters I've fought before, and every time I fight one, I feel like they're just doing strings over and over, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have no clue what's going on.
You, sir, are correct. If you want to press buttons, play Pai. I would put her in the easy tier. She has some nuance to her, but she also just has a bunch of strings. She has like punch, low kick, punch, and then what is it? Punch, up back kick, and that's a mid option, so you can just like mix people between that. And then also one of them's full circular, the others. So there's also, you have 1P, which you can also go into the string for, so you can start it from a low. Yeah, she has that. That's like a little mini like backswing blow that you can get like a mini launcher off of. She has strings that naturally stagger. That's a good whiff punish. So yeah, she's definitely a good all-around character, and she just got a bunch of buffs actually, so she's in a great position. Oh, this move.
Yeah, what is that? So I see Pais do that shit, that palm. What's up with that palm?
I believe it's like a 10-frame mid. So she also has literally buttons that are faster than everybody else. And she is one of the few characters, Pai and Kage have 11-frame jabs, while everyone else has 12-frame jabs. And that is kind of just a legacy thing, honestly, that started in like Virtua Fighter 3, and that's just, it kind of became one of their things.
She just gets to keep it. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, she just gets to keep it. So they will be barring this. This also knocks down, I think, on counter hits. She also has parries and stuff like that. She has a ton of good lows. 2KK. That's natural on counter hit, and the second hit the second hit is a full circular.
She seems to have really good mix, high-low mix, because you have this move that goes in the string, and then you have that natural counter hit one.
This is a natural, like you can try and shake out of the first hit. Yeah.
So how do you counter this string, by the way?
You have to mash 2P during the second and third jabs, because those are always going to be high and stuff like that.
So you have to react to the first jab with a...
sometimes you just kind of learn, and sometimes you honestly just have to guess on the mix-up, because you know on the third hit it's either going to be the full circular, the low, or the mid. And this is also, when we get to Lau, he has the same thing. So you learn whenever you face Pai or Lau that they're just going to do that string all day. That's like their thing, and you kind of just have to deal with it, because it's
so even at high level, people are still doing that string. So basically, base level option really strong, leads into a bunch of like actual true mix-up that are still used at high level, and then you have a bunch of like complementary, really strong tools like good lows, that 10 frame palm, and that sort of thing. I feel like the Camille characters are also usually like on the easier end, right? Because like at lower levels, who's gonna punish you, right? For committing.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Lau,
so I'm gonna keep a buck. I have not fought this character once. I don't know, is he just like the most unpopular character at all? But like,
no, I fought a couple Laos. He's not the most unpopular. He's not quite his former glory. He's still paying for crimes he committed in Virtua Fighter 1 and 2, unfortunately, where he was by far the best game. But he's still really solid all around. I would definitely put him in easy too. But I would say, now that we talk about Pai, he's a little more complicated than Pai. He has this like dragon stance thing that you kind of have to learn to get into, where you can get into that from several moves, and then you can go into like mid options, and you also have a guard break, I believe. But he also has the similar strings, so yeah, like punch, 2K, punch, up back K.
Like the same thing as
wait, but also he can start it. He has an EX mid. He has an EX mid option that he can start it from, and then another interesting thing about the Chans, both Pai and Lau, is they kind of have Tekken style while rising move, where you have to do crouch guard and then like release K as you're both like releasing guard and the button.
Like that.
Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah. And that's like a nice like. That's even like it works like a wall standing 4 kind of in Tekken.
Yeah.
Like Chan, he has a lot of solid strings. He also has like a good full circular. This is like a nice half circular low.
What's the input for that?
Down back kick plus guard. Just for reference, one about the controls. One way I like to think about some of the controls for like stuff like punch plus kick, I think is big punch moves, and kick plus guard is like big kick moves. And then all 3 buttons is usually character specific unique moves. Then he also has the same like low into half circular. Easy to approach character, has a lot of good kind of solid mix-up counter hit tools, a lot of good strings, definitely easy to approach, and scales well. But a lot of it is his stance stuff. It's not as much execution stuff like other characters.
That makes sense.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so I'll give you my thoughts on Wolf. I played a few. I feel like every time I get grabbed, like this character does a shit ton of damage, so I'm really scared to be grabbed. I don't know whether it is just about the big characters in this game, but like him and Jeffry, and I think there's like one other, where like they just take up so much screen space. I'm like literally intimidated to fight them. Like I'm like, this guy's literally taking up like half my screen.
That's funny. Yeah, they are huge. Now that I was just thinking about it and we're comparing all the characters, they are huge. Yeah. No, they're good. They're very strong characters. I would honestly put him at medium difficulty, but honestly not that hard. I think he's a very strong character. He's kind of a grappler in the game, but I think he's very solid all around. He has a lot of good fast moves that are good up close. He has some good lows. Let's see. Where's his like drop kick and stuff? Oh, this is a good like launcher. You get like this is a safe mid counter hit launcher.
That's kind of nice.
That tracks to one direction.
What's the input for this?
Down forward K plus G.
Well, how come
you want to step to his back so you avoid that. Yeah. But then you can
you do that on reaction? Did you just like react to this move with a step?
I think I was more like, because I kind of knew it was coming, but it is a bit slow and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a bit slow to start up.
So you said Wolf's a medium character, like in terms of difficulty, but when I think of grapplers, I'm thinking like, oh, I just do the really strong grapple moves and therefore I win. What kind of puts him like harder than, you know, a character like Lau?
Well, also it's mainly that grapples don't really work the same way in 2D games at all. Because I mean, there are strong command throws, but in this game there's also lazy throw tech. So just hold forward and punch and guard.
Yeah.
See, and if you just hold that, you auto break throws and stuff like that. So Wolf's throw that does 50% damage. There we go.
This is it?
Wait,
that'd be too much damage. Wait, why can't I just spam this? Oh, that do it? First try?
Hammer.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Because you can just hold forward break. So you have to trap people. But also Wolf has a lot of strong weird mixes. So he has this running stance, which is good, but it's also like one of the options is a high unblockable. One of the options is a throw. But this is something you have to set up. So this is like if you knock somebody down, you'll want to attack quickly by pressing all 3 buttons. But if someone's quick teching too much, it gives you time to set up these really slow, messed up mix-ups, like these Running Man mix-ups. You can also throw people.
Yeah, so kind of the vibe I got around Wolf is like, because once you get to the intermediate rank, people are going to be lazy throw teching all the time, and therefore, like as opposed to like a grappler in a 2D game, there's a lot more conditioning involved, and therefore that kind of takes a little bit. And also, he has a wide variety of tools that you kind of have to use. Like for example, that running stance. Like I've played against Wolves that are like around the Dan ranks, and like none of them use that, right? So it sounds like there's layers to learning this character.
Jeff is kind of a similar situation. Now, honestly, I'm happy to say he's more of a grappler again. He's not as much, but they had taken some grappler tools away from him, but they just gave him it back. He has some good long-range tools. He has a lot of good...
Those are sick. I'm not gonna lie.
This is a good mid counter hit launcher, and you get like a little combo. Yeah. Oh, this you can trap people into crouch throws if you get a counter hit.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a Tekken character that has that too, where you can do something very
that's
similar.
like, I think King has like that, and a couple, I think a lot of the characters with crouch throws in this game can do that, which is Jeff, Wolf, Aoi, and L-Blaze.
Wait, what is this?
That's an interesting... So this is one of his stances. This is another... So I think in terms of difficulty, I would also put him at medium. He's got a lot of strong stuff that's good, but it's just kind of a little hard to get used to. And he has a lot of good string, like moves and strings. He has good range. That move that you're doing, that's plus on block and is a full circular.
Oh, that seems cheap too. That's his down back punch.
Yeah, I think you can sometimes react to the second hit of the low, but that's good too.
So this character, like, I don't know what it is about grapplers. I'm like, this guy has great throws, great strings. Like, what's the weakness of a character like this?
Slow. Just a lot of his moves are kind of slow, and a lot of his strings are just 2-hit like that. Yeah, kind of the same thing. He just doesn't have extensive strings. He's a little slower. But you can see I can heavily delay that string, and he has a couple other strings like that, string? And that's kind of forward P.
Oh yeah, wow! I can do it immediately, or I can like hyper delay.
Yeah. And so he has a couple other strings like that. He has the infamous toe kick. If he gans that toe kick and you do a just frame, you can get a Splash Mountain throw follow-up at any range. Not that one exactly, but it's something like that.
I get what you're saying,
it's from a legacy glitch from all the way back in the first Virtua Fighter, where he was just able to do it from like any range, and he would teleport across the screen. He has a good amount of counter hit stuff, a lot of strong moves, a lot of good range stuff, just a little bit slower, and you have to be a little more mindful.
So Kage was actually one of the characters I was looking at first before I'd sell Vanessa. Like I have to pick a waifu character, where I'm kind of forced to protect the brand. But I mean, this character looks sick. Lots of cool looking moves. every Kage I play, they somehow bring out new cheese. Like, what's the well, you probably know the cheese I'm talking about. Oh yeah, you have the launching throw. That move, yeah. How do you do that flip thing?
Oh, that's 8P. So that's if they're.
Oh, that's just the
Yeah, that was the jump thing.
Yeah.
But Kage does have another move like that.
Yeah,
Kage is really cool. I would put him at medium difficulty. He's definitely has a lot of good strings and just moves in general to get started and approach the game. But he's definitely kind of difficult for a lot of his tools, and you have to be more methodical. You have to get into back turn with a lot of stuff. He has some weird stances, but they're very situational and stuff like that. And you have to like learn how to use the mechanics of the game. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great. So
I knew it was something like that. Yep.
He has like good up close, but like that's a move where like one of them's a low and one of them's like a mid. Yeah. So you can like mid-low people from range 3. Yeah. It's crazy.
This is what the one Dan Kages are doing.
Half circle forward P is the roll, and that's also how you do Sonic Spin Dash. If you do it enough times, it does the Sonic Spin Dash noise.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, what the hell? He actually has a Sonic noise? What the hell?
Yeah, because it's Sega. On the note of throw, so he's great from range, he's great up close, but let me do the 10-foot toss again. That is back forward punch plus guard. I don't know the combo, but you can do some really crazy. Oh wait, that is part of the combo. Mm-hmm. So that's even just me making something up.
Yeah.
You can do like way more damage than that. But on the note of throws, that is a forward throw. When you are playing against Kage, break forward throw. You have to break forward throw, or else he will constantly be tossing you in the air. He has a lot of good tools. This is a good, I think, counter hit launcher. This is 3-3P. Oh, that move you just did there, that is a good half circular mid, and you can get like a little mini float from that. But oh, he also has this DP, which has like you can do follow-ups, but they're like execution based and stuff like that. So really cool character, lots of tools, but kind of a lot of nuance, and you kind of have to really get used to a lot of the mechanics of the game to be able to
I'd agree with that.
the most.
And like even the Kages I've played, like realistically, they're either really bad or they're just cheesing with like the roll moves and that sort of thing, which doesn't feel like a very stable game plan once people figure it out, right? Yeah. So Sarah, when I play against Sarah, I feel like their neutral is like just better than mine. I don't know if they just have like there's like a couple kick moves. The one that goes like
this one's good.
Dude, see if I can find it.
That
move. Yeah, last Sarah I played, they
6K.
just fucking spammed this thing. I was like, what the hell do I do?
So that's funny. That's also a Bryant thing. Jacky has kind of those moves too. I think Sarah is a good, pretty all-around character, but I would actually still put her at medium difficulty. She has a lot of very good strings to get stuff started. She has punch, but she's kind of difficult and she's stance-based. Okay, so PPP up K. That'll at least get you into this. So once you're in flamingo stance, you're kind of an offensive powerhouse. You're much stronger, and you kind of just want to keep like attacking them in flamingo stance or knock them down, because she has a good ground game. If they don't tech, she can keep like hitting you on the floor. But it's risky being in flamingo because you actually cannot block, I believe. You got your feet up. But she has 2 parries. She has 2 situational parries. One, I believe, that works on highs and mids, and one that works on lows. So she basically just has to kind of keep guessing to keep in your favor. But if she hits you in flamingo stance, it's in her favor most of the time, because she has just these very good strings. She has very good multi-hit strings, and you honestly, if you take like the first couple hits of them, or if she's plus leading into flamingo, you have to hold a lot of those strings, and you have to like learn to guess when they're gonna guess, because there's gonna be multiple highs and lows in a row. Another reason she's difficult is she has a lot of hit grab just frames. So like that move I did there, if I did punch plus guard at the right time, I get a special animation, I think. Yep. So in order to more optimally
maximize her, you have to land the just frames.
Maximize her pressure, her mix-ups and her pressure, you really have to land those just frames. For a character that I'm familiar with, Jacky, he has some just frames too, but that's like the last step for Jacky. Like you can kind of play Jacky without having to worry about those, whereas when you play Sarah, you're really gonna feel it a lot of the times when you can't land those consistently.
So basically, medium difficulty because one, it's more stance reliant than let's say someone like Lau, and two, because she's more heavily reliant on the just frames to get damage compared to other characters, essentially.
Yeah.
All right, I know Jacky's your specialty.
Oh boy,
the one thing I'll say,
here.
Do you think what is it? What his fucking flash kick or the backflip or whatever you want to call it? Is that the best move or the worst move in the game?
It's overrated. It's definitely overrated right now. They've also nerfed it. So what he's talking about is this. It's a very good move. It's a 14 frame mid. Up back K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's very fast, but it's not invincible. Players will do it like it's invincible. They even nerf some of the damages. It does a lot on counter hit too, but honestly, it is a good option for stuff sometimes. But I will say he has a great 6P, which is the same. It's the same amount of frame, and most of the time you want to be doing like 6P for that pressure. So I would also, in terms of difficulty to start off, I would say Jacky is easy. He has some stuff that's harder as you get up. You have to learn to do these just frames like this, which is his flash sword, and also they just gave him back this mid one off of his shuffle stance. At the low to mid levels, he's very good even without it. He has a lot of good mids. His 6P is one of the best in the game.
So why is the 6P? He can do 6. Oh, because of the follow-ups.
Yeah, and it's also a 6P is like a down forward 1 in Tekken. Yeah. So also 6 PK, that the second hit knocks down, and on counter hit, if you see the red, you can hit confirm it into the kick. So you can hit confirm that knockdown, and now actually walk over closer to me, and then don't tech after I knock you down. You can do stuff like that if they don't tech. So that's specific to weight. That's specific to weight class. That's only on medium to medium heavy characters, but it's very strong. And you can do 6 PPP or 6 PP2K, and it will be either a mid or a low. And then also from his jab, you can do PP6P or guard the first 2 hits and then try and mash 2P. It jails. PP6P jails. So no level players who mash 2P, this PP6P into the 6P mix-ups will ruin their day. On to the next. Jacky has a couple really good lows. They're not a lot of natural hit knockdown, but down back K plus G, full circular knocks down on counter hit. You can also get that 2P, 1P plus K combo if they don't tech. A lot of his combos are, and also 1PK. This is, you can hit confirm you can hit confirm that knockdown on counter hit. You can also go into his shuffle stance options from that, which we'll go over in a second. But his shuffle stance is good, but not that necessary. It moves him backwards. Oh, he has this one string down back P plus K PP. It is a 3-hit mid. This is what you're also going to use against people who mash 2PP all day. It was slightly nerfed because it was actually like a little bit harder to punish before, but it is just, I think of it as like the mid Rekka. People kind of have to respect it.
So kind of the vibe I'm getting about Jacky is basically plays very fundamentally, right? But your fundamental tools are better than other characters, like your 6P, for example, because you have so many different follow-ups from it. You have really strong lows and you have some pretty good strings. That he's just kind of like all around a really good character and doesn't take like much extra to kind of push him to the medium or hard tier.
Yeah. So yeah, while we're into it, let's get into Shun. Shun is a great character, but I will have to put him in the hard category.
So while he has a lot of good stuff,
I will mainly just be explaining the drink system at first, because that is one of the reasons he is really hard, because it's weird and archaic.
I will say,
but it's also
as
really
someone
cool.
that's fought against Shun before, this character just be doing the most random shit, and I have no clue how to fight Shun.
He's a party boy. He's a very party boy, but that's also he has, I believe, the most moves in the game. It's like 250 250 something. It might even be like 280. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. So it's hard. So he has a lot of options, but also there's kind of a nuance. So the drink meter, let's get into that. It's more simple than it looks, but it's very strange. So I believe the maximum is 40 drinks, but you only really need to get to 18. I believe all your moves are unlocked at 18. You will want to keep more than that for these two specific reasons. Some moves are so good that they cost drinks to use. You will have to spend a drink or two in order to use that move. I forget what they are exactly, honestly. But if you pay attention to us hitting each other, I just lost a drink there, but you can get hit by certain moves and they will lose you drinks. You could technically optimize your combos versus Shun to remove as many drinks as possible. He is a party boy, but you just have to keep so much mind about the drinks, and there's a lot of nuance to it. I can see that. But it's easier than I think. There's easy ways to get around it. You can do, I think there's stuff like, let me throw you real quick.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
His neutral throw grants him 3 drinks. I believe they gave him that back. They took it away for a little bit. And also, you'll notice in Virtua Fighter, you can move after the win. So he's one of the few people where after you get a win, you should be drinking. You should be drinking. He is he has a lot of good cheese and stuff, but yeah, you have to learn a lot, and you have to really learn how to use the drink system and stuff like that.
Yeah, he seems cool though, especially if you have a lot of time to invest in the game. Is it Leon? What's the vibe here? Yeah, I hate to. I don't know if this is like universal across like VF players. This game has a lot of cool characters. Leon, he's not one of them, bro. Like, what the hell? like what's he have? Like, why does he have the raptor hands, bro? 2, he just looks like a normal ass kid.
The mantis. I think it's funny. I think he's funny. I definitely think he's kind of corny, but I've grown to like Lion. He's so weird. He's so unusual. I would actually rate him as easy. He has a lot of nuance to him, but I think kind of like Jacky, he has a lot of like stuff you can learn, but he has just such great strings. He has a great like forward K plus G. That is a full circular mid, and that 2K plus G I did. That is a full circular low. 1K, this is a high crush. This is like a 14 or like a 16 frame mid that launches. He can just mid and low you all day. I don't know how you block this character, to be honest. I've been playing against this guy for so long.
This is a low that knocks. Yeah, that seems really good.
Yeah, it naturally knocks down. He has this mid string that knocks down. You get a natural thing. He can kind of have moves that move him while he's doing stuff. He just has a lot of great strings, a lot of great cheese, and he has a lot of stuff that scales well at a lot of range. He has a forward throw that I believe combos off of stuff, but he can slip under and really move himself and stuff like that. But
what's like the cheesiest thing this character has? What's the
2KK? That's natural on hit. 6 PP. Honestly, just do all his mids and lows. Just do all his mids and lows that knock down. 7K, 3 PP, that move, 6 PP.
And just mix their shit.
Yeah.
All right, so Aoi. I know how to pronounce this character's name now. I learned the matchup. She was harder to pick up than I thought she would be. I just wanted to try a different character. The one thing that really helped me was her punch, kick, guard, parry. This team seems really good, and it countered a lot of things. So like as someone that was new to the game, like I would just like use this and like, okay, now I have to notice like people have to use certain moves to counter me, which aren't as optimal, and that lets me get away with other shit. The fact that you get a combo after this is like really nice. I guess I fucked up the combo, but just punch, kick. No,
it's good. She's really good. I put her down on my list as easy. She honestly kind of is a little bit on the edge of medium because she takes a little more nuance, but I think she has kind of enough good strings and enough ways to enforce like a strong low-level game plan that I think she's a good approachable character, and she just got a lot of buffs, so she's in a good place. So like you mentioned with the parry, that's her gimmick. She's the parry character. So not only does she have a strong parry, she can like cancel some of her moves into like a parry. Like I know there's like a low kick, and you can like transition it into one of the parries. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that's like 3K plus J. So you can even
like if I try to punish you, it like
I think maybe like try to do a 6P.
Oh, 6P.
It will parry some move, but also it's like the parry is like a sabaki, so it's certainly based on certain classes of moves and stuff like that. It's vulnerable to throws also while people are doing that.
All the throws will just be weird, right?
But because it's Virtua Fighter, you can also lazy throw tech while that's being done, so you can still break the throws
so you
and
can
stuff like that.
So if I parry and you go for like a forward throw, then I can still tech. Yeah, I guess that's the TLDR is you can't have parry to help you out in a lot of scenarios. Yeah, and you have good strings. I think that's the thing I was missing with her. Like I didn't realize she had that like jab, jab, jab low string, and you could probably mix it up some there too. So I could definitely see.
She has a lot of good strings, and she has a lot of good half circulars and stuff like that. First of all, let me send you an image. This is an image that I found once while looking up how his stance flow chart worked. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, have fun. Give that to your editor. Put that on the screen right now. An image that I tried to help me learn the matchup, and it only gave me more of a headache.
What?
Lei-Fei is cool, but he is in the difficult. He is in the hard tier of characters to learn. So Lei-Fei is cool. What he's hard is all these stances and stuff like that. So these stances are cool, but you need to learn how to transition between them, and you need to learn their utility. So like go up and try and 6P me right now, actually. So a lot of them will have built-in auto parries. I literally did nothing there. So that's one of the reasons you need to learn how and when to transition between his stances, because you can like do a move and then transition into one of the moves that will auto parry certain stuff.
Oh,
so,
and then
so that will deal with retaliation.
Their most common response.
Yeah, kind of like what we were talking about with Aoi, but instead of hitting specific parry moves, you need to just transition into one of his certain stances and stuff.
Just follow the flowchart.
So yeah, he does have like a lot of really strong tools like that. He has some good strings. This is his 6P is good. It's like half circular, and I believe it's a safe mid and stuff like that. He also has a lot of like natural hit staggers, so moves that will put you into that where you gotta like shake your stick out of it and like that, where not a lot of characters will have that as much. The staggers are also kind of a high level thing, because when you like against low level, you're almost always going to get a guaranteed follow up because people aren't going to shake out in time. But high level players will, so you have to just learn to mix them up if they're shaking out too early and stuff like that. So Lei-Fei, really cool character, but the stance, like the stance character, very, very involved with the stances.
All right, so Vanessa, this is who I decided to main in this game.
Nice.
So I can talk a little bit about her. Very, very fun, very cool character. I originally mained her because I thought she was one of the hardest characters in the game. At least that's what everyone in chat told me. But she's also just really sick. I like her style. So it's a combination of both of those. So she's a character that has two complete stances. She has defense stance, offense stance. You can kind of tell when she's not crouched down, that's defensive. This is offensive. And the thing that separates her from other stance characters, she has like two completely different movesets, right? She has a couple shared moves between the stances, but like each stance has like 100 moves. It's impossible to remember.
But yeah, no, she definitely has a lot of nuance to her. I kind of had a difficult time putting her, but honestly, I would put her kind of right in between easy and medium. She has a ton of nuance, but I think you can break it down and make it easier than I thought. So the two stances, they're a lot, but I like to think of them as this: defensive stance, neutral and defense.
Yeah.
Offensive stance, you're pressing buttons, you're rushing down, you're getting up close. In offensive, you have like literally a lot of good like mid strings that are safe on block, and you just can more rush people down and stuff.
She has
like
this
that.
move in offense stance. I know a few moves in offense. This is the GOAT.
Yeah,
it goes under 2P and it's plus on block. I'm like, and you get a combo. I'm like, how's this move not the fucking GOAT? When I do this combo, this puts me in offense stance, and then I can like start going for my flowchart. Right?
You will learn your ways to transition it. So there can be a lot of nuance to stance characters, but I think in terms of Virtua Fighter gimmicks, she has one of the easier ones to understand between the defensive and the offensive mode, compared to something like Lei-Fei, which we just went over, or like Shun and all his drinks and whatnot. And I think also her other gimmick, tackles, is very good. So if you don't know, this is a three-way mix-up. You can either do forward, punch, back, or neutral. And they basically just have to eat the three-way mix-up. And there's a couple different ways to force people into that. But if you played Tekken 7 or any version of Tekken with Marduk, it's just as annoying and just as powerful.
Yeah. The two moves I know in offense stance are this and then the tackle. And defensive stance, she has like a bunch of good tools. I really like this. This just good beats like 2P. It beats like a bunch of other random moves.
Yeah, that's a good move. I see a lot of Vanessa players use.
This move is also my goat. Only -1 on block, and then if it counter hits, you get a full combo.
That move, that staggers, that's really good. Because if they shake out, you can also, just like very easily set up a tackle. Yeah, so Vanessa, she has a lot of moves, and it can be intimidating at first, but you just kind of got to chunk it. Just do some of the bigger, more powerful moves that you can get used to. For shoulder infinite, this KK is really
my
good.
Goat there.
Because, then throw me after. Wait, let me KK. And then you get a side throw. That is great at low levels because low level players do not know how to break a side throw, which is if you're newer to the game, how you break it is you have to literally judge which side of your body is currently being thrown. I think it's kind of mainly from the orientation of like the way they're facing forward, like their chest and stuff like that.
But yeah, I think let's put Vanessa in mid because like make me feel better as a Vanessa player.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I got you.
But yeah, I think just like compared to the other characters, I feel like you have all the tools that make a character like you have some very abusable strings and like some very good buttons to press. But because you have that extra stance, it definitely adds like a layer of complexity once you get past like intermediate.
Yeah.
So everyone in chat keeps telling me this looks like Brian F. Is that true?
Brad is very good at all levels. I would put him in the easier to learn tier. He has a lot of great strings, a lot of great cheese and stuff like that. He has a great Sabaki. So once I'm going to knock you down and do a mid wake up kick.
Oh, what the hell?
And then I can do a full combo after that. So that's like what I wanted to do with Aoi, but it's really easy with Brad. Yeah. And also for low wake up kicks, he has this move. What is it? That's 9P plus K. So that will crush lows. That will crush people doing 2P. But he also just has a lot of strings. He can go into sway.
That's cool.
And just from sway, he has a lot of mid strings that people will have to respect. And you can even trap people. So from that option, he can either like hit confirm into a launcher, or you can do one that tracks to either side. And if it hits you, it puts you in a side turn mixed up. He has full circular. Wait, what is it? Oh yeah, full circular mid. No, he does have a full circular low. So if people are stepping too much, you can just be like guess between this stuff. He has a nice that low tracks to one side and it counter hits.
Sorry, 1 second, be right back.
Launch. Okay.
Hello? Hey, how's it going, guys? Did you guys call 911? No?
Did you call 911? The police are here.
What?
The police are here.
Why?
They said someone called 911. All right, well, that was weird. I had the police.
Oh my god, dude, what? I heard.
The police? What the fuck? The police were here.
So crazy.
I've never had
so
that
weird,
happen.
dude. That's so crazy, dude. You weren't screaming or anything.
All right, well, I've never had that happen. Anyways,
it's crazy.
Speaking of the police, so cool. TLDR and Brad is lots of good strings, lots of good tools.
Yeah, that's good. I can. Just kill me real quick. I'll switch to go. Yeah, I was like trying to remember where to go with Brad, but you're right. I don't even. So Brad, easy, and we're about to go into Go, who, surprise, surprise, is another easy character.
Yeah,
I would say another very good. Literally, I will teach you 2 strings, and you will be like a low mid-level Go player. 3 PP, down forward PP.
Oh, yep, I've seen that one.
And 3 KP.
Oh my god! Every single Go player I've played has used both of these.
Every single Go player you ever see will use those, because the second one, it's just they're great mids. They're both safe on block. This one, most importantly, 3 KP is -10. Throw it. That means you can't punish it.
Okay.
But if things are -10, they're throw punishable.
Yeah.
But also because it's Go, he's kind of a throw master. He has a specific throw parry. So once you start doing that, it's kind of a parry, but he has this throw parry. And also, So that from that you have to guess forward, backwards, or neutral.
That's so
throw.
cool. That does a decent amount of damage.
In the previous version of the game, there used to be up and down variations, but they actually removed that. So they made it actually a lot weaker. But it also was like kind of less intuitive because no other character really had like up or down throw mix-ups like that. There's like another option where they can like let you go and you have to like block it.
They can like reset you in the combo because you're not holding guard.
Yeah, they can like reset you. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, and then there's that one. You can then transition into the mix-up from that. Yeah.
Wait, why did it do so much damage? So these strings that are like really strong, right? He can like cancel this, and I've seen people do like this and then like fake me out. Well, what's up with it? Like, how are you supposed to counter this?
I think if you block it, he's not plus, so you can kind of retaliate. You can also kind of try and step the next thing that he does. But it's just very scary. It's a very scary tool. So Eileen, another good character who got a lot of buffs recently. I would put her in the easy to medium kind of range. She has a lot of strings.
This is another character that I'm like, they're just doing strings, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah. And there's like, the strings is kind of one of her things, because she has long strings, and then she can transition them into multiple of the same like mix-ups. A lot of the follow-ups can be half circular highs that will track to certain directions, or that punch, that Superman punch, that's like Vanessa's, where it's a plus on block mid that crushes lows.
She has another kick that was giving me trouble. It was like a double kick move. Do you know what I'm talking? Like she's just like a cartwheel or something.
I think it's like that move. That's a nice good slow mid. She has this forward P plus KPP. That is like a mid. That is like the Jacky mid Rekka I kind of showed you earlier. This move like naturally high crushes. I would accuse her of being a mid ducker. Like Zhao Yu in Tekken. Shun Di, I forgot to mention. Shun Di also kind of does this too, but they have certain moves and certain stances that will go even under some mids that only hit too high. They're characters you kind of need to learn your quote-unquote scraper mids, I like to call them. Ones that will hit all the way low to the ground. Also, she's super lightweight, like Aoi. That's another thing with the character weights. She will get launched for bigger combos. Yeah. They kind of made it less good, but she is a super, super lightweight. So she kind of has to be committal with a lot of her strings and stuff like that. So once you start playing good players who call her out and launch her for her BS, you will have a rough time because they will do a lot of damage to you.
Very tricky character, bunch of strings that are abusable at low level, and even the stances like the low profile are just kind of intuitive to use, so on the easier side essentially.
Speaking of fun, El Blaze I would put as a medium difficulty character. He's cool, fun, and he has some decent strings, like multiple hit strings like this one that kind of track different directions. Like 2 hits of them are high. He has a couple punch strings, but he's a bit unorthodox, and you kind of have to learn how to maximize his stances and stuff to really get the most out of him. So he has like this flip, which he can transition into one of these stances.
He's such a funny character. What the hell?
Yeah, he's so fun, but it's like slow and weird to set up sometimes. Yeah, he got a lot of buffs too, but you kind of have to learn how to set up how and when to set up the mix-ups between that stuff, because it can be a very strong mix-up. But it also, you can just get hit out of it very, very easily and stuff like that. He has a good 6 PK. It knocks down naturally. It's unsafe, but they're both mid, and you can confirm, like on counter hit, you can counter hit confirm the first and the second. And stuff like that.
It's so funny. The first thing you mentioned was this kick string. I feel like every El Blaze I play fucking spams the shit out of this.
That is the love. Well, that's also just how people approach Virtua Fighter. Like at the lowest level, it's either PPP or KKK.
Yeah,
it's always PPP or KKK.
What's the counter to this string? Is there like you just guard it all, or what's the vibe here?
Last hit is high. It's high, mid, high. I had to kind of look it up recently. Yeah, high, mid, high. Yeah, see high, mid, high. So.
That looks like the midest looking high
it's
I've
weird,
seen.
But it's because it's all half circular. So if someone's stepping a lot, they have to step correctly the half circular.
Yeah.
And he changes what direction it is every single time he kicks.
Okay. So basically, duck the third hit, but then obviously you can start to do shit like this and then like go for a mid or something, right?
So he's definitely cool, but a little bit unorthodox. He doesn't, I mean, look at how short like his arms and legs are in general. He doesn't have like the big kind of long range neutral deleting moves. Like you saw Jacky and Sarah, like their big like long kicks and stuff like that they can launch and stuff. L-Blaze, he has to run at you. He's short and stubby. He has to kind of run at you. You kind of have to challenge it, and it also just depends on the follow-up sometimes.
Yeah.
And like that frog splash, like he lands on the ground at the end, so you can only like punish him with like an OTG and a lot of the time. I think you can do like some sort of untech combo some situations, but yeah, cool. Has some cheese strings, but only like a couple that once people learn them, you can't really abuse them as much. And you really have to learn his unorthodox grappler style. Oh boy.
So Taka, I feel like this has to be a scrub killer, right? Like I'm not tripping here.
Yes, sir. If you've ever wanted to win at the character select screen, pick Taka-Arashi. Actually, I'll go through some of the strings I know from him, but afterwards I will have to pick Jacky against your Taka because there's like a character specific thing with like things with him. So I'll have to like I only can really show it because I know Jacky the most with him, but he has a lot of good strings, a lot of good like punch
that's
strings.
what I was thinking, bro.
Some good mids. He has let me throw you real quick. He has a forward throw that launches. Yeah, that one. You can get like a little headbutt. What is it?
I did half circle back.
That move, yeah. So this headbutt, and you get like a mini float off that. Yeah, he also has this stance that has a couple good mix-up options out of that. He has like a guard break where he can slap you in the face. One of the biggest things about him is that he's the biggest character. So he's the ultra heavyweight. He is in a heavy weight class, and a lot of your combos will just be different or won't entirely work on Taka.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I was thinking of Scrub Killer, because like one, you have some like pretty spammable moves, but two, it's like you have to learn new combos against them. Like that seems really
you have to learn combos. You have to set up some stuff like works differently against Taka than it does on other characters. That's why, let me kill you and ring you out, because it will honestly help if I just beat Jacky, because I can more easily show you with when I'm Jacky.
Yeah, I heard it's like if you do less than 20 damage, he just doesn't get like knocked down or something.
Oh, I forgot that was the rule, but that makes sense, honestly. That makes sense, yeah. A lot of your combos will be different. You kind of have to structure it. So it's like not only do you have to learn the matchup, you just have to learn how to alter your play style specifically for this one character, just because he's so huge. So like Jacky's 6 PK that knocks down I showed you before, right? Doesn't knock down.
Yeah.
Also, minus on hit. Now one of my favorite moves is now minus. But so there's also the opposite of that. You have strings that are natural against Taka that are natural against nobody else. PP6 PK, or wait. I'm just trying to do the punch thing. There you go. See, it does naturally combo on hit. So I can get that naturally from the punch string. There is that, but then there's also the way your combos change. So like, you can still kind of do that, but it's like a little weirder and less intuitive. But you can actually get extra stuff against Taka that you can't against other characters. So I can do this and then bound Taka with my bound move.
That's kind of cool.
Because he's like so fat that he's like falling back in like that weird way.
But like
you
have to know that in advance. So, like you can't.
You have to know that. You have to very specifically. Yeah. Like, they have evened it out a little bit, so it's like a little bit less obnoxious than it was before, or whatever. He's just so annoying just because of the weight class itself. It's really something you have to get used to. It's something you can get over and stuff like that. But he's also just an incredibly good character otherwise. All right.
So last one, Sean. Is it? I assume it's Sean instead of Jean.
I heard it as Jean.
John.
Yeah,
like
John
French.
or Jean. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of either or. It's weird. I mean, it's like they're French, but Jean speaks Japanese and Lion only speaks English in the game. I don't know, man.
Okay, sure. The one thing I know about this character is they have like chargeable strings, right? So like I don't know what the actual strings are, but it seems like a very like intuitive way to mix someone up, where either you just complete the string or you just charge it up and get the plus strings.
It's basically, that's kind of one of his gimmicks, and it's very easy to understand. If you charge stuff up, it will usually be plus on block, and you just try and enforce a mix-up after that. He also has kind of strong. I would call it death fist pressure. You do 6 XP. And if they block this, I believe it's punishable, maybe PK now. But if they block this, you get a very strong mix-up. So get hit by it real quick. You can either do 2 KK, and for some reason, he gets a special thing where you, in that sense, see how the kick is red,
yeah,
but you're not
cheap.
pressing anything? You get like a counter hit state. So you either do that, or you just do another 6P. And then if that counter, oh yeah, because it always counter hits, you do get a combo follow-up from that. Honestly, if you want to know how to play neutral with Jean, 6 XP.
6 XP? Okay.
You definitely, 6 XP.
This seems really good, yeah. And I assume
Yeah.
the other part of the mix is either do mid or throw.
Let me do double death first to you real quick. Double death.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, that's so cool.
and then you do something else. One of the Jean
Yeah.
players at Frosty was doing that shit to me. I was like, damn, you can like really just dash all the way up and get a combo. Definitely another super solid all-around character. Has a lot of just different like mid highs and like high mids. So it can be hard to like be like,
When does
there'll
that
be
kick
2
in
hit
some?
strings, but yeah, when to like duck and punish. Like it won't always be obvious and stuff like that. Some will be mid. So it doesn't have the most extensive T strings, but just has enough really good strings and really good like easy to approach gimmicks that I think he's really strong at all levels of play. He's one of the few characters that can sometimes enforce mix-ups that feel that strong between like the 6 XP and the charge unblockables and stuff like that. But yeah, easy to approach all around a character.
So I think that's it. So final thoughts, easiest character in the game?
Man, easiest
You
character
had to
in the
pick someone.
game?
I know that's tough. I feel like there's a lot of similar characters. Like the characters just have abusable strings and like use the fundamentals really well and don't have like too much else extra. I feel like there's quite a few characters that kind of like fit that profile. But if you had to choose,
If I have to go easiest, it might be Taka.
yeah, I think
But
so.
it's hard for me. For like kind of a top 4, I feel like Taka, Go, Brad, Lion, and then Brad. There's definitely a lot of variance in difficulty and layers to Virtua Fighter, but honestly, I want to say because it's a game that has a reputation of being hard, it's a lot more approachable than I think people give it credit for.
Yeah,
and sometimes
I agree.
you also you got to chunk it. You just got to start by pressing buttons and see where that gets you and see what works and just learn the command list, just memorize your character's moves and try to apply them and learn new combos over time and just chip at it away over time. It's a game that sticks with you too. Whenever I come back, I'm still hitting my Ayagiris. I'll take months off and I'm still hitting my flash swords. Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
the game sticks with you.
That.
It's a great game. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Griff. Any last words you want to tell the YouTubes?
Just keep on playing VF and be sure to thank you very much to Rise Gaming, my sponsor, and be sure to check me out on other various platforms. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I'm GriffyBones on everything. I'll be doing some more VF content myself in the coming months.
Yeah.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Links in the description below. All right, one last ask. Play me the first one.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I got some good Vanessa gimmicks. I gotta warn you. If I win, I get your Frosty smell, right?
Sword. No, I'll have to send it all the way. Oh my god. If I lose, I'm calling the police on you, dog.
No, not again.
Oh no.
I so bad dealing with get up kicks. Oh, that's my goat.
Yeah, they're a lot. Oh.
Oh, I'm actually. Oh shit. Oh no, I'm bad. Ah!
Hey, bring it back.
That was good. All right, well, I threw away my chance of winning.
That beats loads.
Yeah, it beats like almost everything.
Oh, you even mixed it up. Nice.
I got the mix. I want that medal, man. Wait, I forgot how to do that. Oh, that was good. Okay, wait. Hold up. Oh, that's such a good step. Shit.
See ya. Ooh.
Yeah. I actually don't know how to step. That's. Oh wait, that's so smart. Oh, he tried to get out.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey. Oh, just step.
Oh shit, that's not why I won. No,
Hey, the untack. I told you. Oh,
that's good. That's good
stuff.
That's good. I was supposed to
That's what I'm
that?
telling you. You had like an unusual rhythm, and it kind of threw me off. And sometimes that's all you need in VF. You just need to have the right rhythm, and you just need to press the buttons, and you can take games off top players. That's what I'm telling you, dude.
That's the goal. That's the goal. See me in another 50 hours. Anyways, Griffy, is a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
and
it was great.
Good luck
Thanks for having me on, man.
Hell yeah. Play some VF.